3,
Ready?
2, 1.
Hey everyone! Welcome to HHWJ. This is Jamie. I'm kidding. It's Dave. What's up, everybody? How'd I do,
Nice
Tommy?
job, Dave.
Was that pretty good?
That was a pretty good
he sounded
impression.
Like me, yeah.
I wanted to do my best Jamie impression. How's everybody doing today?
Well.
Good.
Well,
Fantastic.
great. Jason, no one was talking to you, man.
Oh, shit. My
All
bad.
So we have Jason Salem on the line today, right?
Yay, applause.
Hey-o.
There it
Hey.
All right. So we're here with Jason Salem. Tommy, how you doing today, man?
is. Best day ever.
Why?
It's the only day I'm living. Can't live yesterday, and tomorrow's not here yet.
It's profound.
Yeah.
Jamie, how's your day going today?
My day's going well. I'm still catching up from my vacay, but it's going well.
How was vacation?
Oh, it was amazing.
Where'd you go?
I went to Scottsdale. It was good.
How did you select Scottsdale?
I Googled the best places to go alone in the United States of America.
Can I ask you why you took a 3 or 4 day getaway? Why'd you get away from everything?
Because I was driving southbound 75 and I had a really big urge to go on northbound 75 going south. So I was just really stressed out and I just needed to get away.
Got it. Okay.
Was that a cry for help right there?
I don't think so.
It sounded like a legit cry for help.
So you feel recharged and you're ready to go?
Yeah, I spent 3 days by myself. I met a whole bunch of really cool people. And I recharged. I turned off work and it was good. It was good
So
for
you
the soul.
You didn't have to think about work too much.
No, not at all.
It made you appreciate work.
Yeah. Yep, did.
Were you being sarcastic?
No, it did. It made me appreciate what I have. It didn't make me
sure.
appreciate like the annoying bullshit still, but it made me appreciate what I have, and the fact that I had an opportunity to go do that's amazing because most people don't.
For sure. All right. Jason Salem, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great.
How's your day going?
The day's going really well. We just got an email for an offer on a property I've listed, so
Sweet.
How many
Can't
days
wait.
on market?
well,
It was extremely overpriced.
Okay.
yes, it was overpriced. He was a FISBO, and we came in at what they. It's early in my listing career. He hasn't given up on me yet though, so that's
How many days on market?
I think it's like
Answer the fucking question.
we just re-signed for another 90 days, so I think it's like probably got to be 100 days. We signed in like October.
Okay.
That's false. It's a minimum of 6 months that it's been on the market.
At least, yeah. I think it was a 6-month listing, and now we've gone and
So we're
extended
approaching the 200-day mark.
almost 200 days.
Okay, perfect. Cool.
Yeah.
So what happened? Why do houses stay on the market that long? What's the one and only reason that they don't sell?
Jason?
Specifically because we did not talk about expectations at the listing table, and we overpriced.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
Yeah.
Pricing a listing. So just a real quick change up. My biggest fear for this podcast just happened. I
What's
choked on my
that?
drink and I'm hacking up a lung. So I'm trying to keep it together. So forgive me for hacking it up on air. But anyways, all right, Jason. So you're at the Southfield store. You've been with us for what, about just a little over a year,
I just hit my year on the 10th.
right? So what do you
A
see?
full year in.
A full year.
Good for you.
Yeah, I went home and celebrated.
It feels like it hasn't been that
With-
long.
Jason, hold on. Can I ask you a question? So you said I went home and celebrated, so that means you went home and drank. Let me ask you this. How many days a week do you not go home and quote-unquote celebrate?
How many days a week do I not
Yeah.
celebrate?
Yeah.
There's always beer in the fridge.
There it is. So we're celebrating.
There's always beer in the fridge. I mean, celebration. I just, I think internally I celebrated because, a year was definitely like one of those milestones that, everybody talks about in real estate. I've seen a lot of people come and go already, not only at our brokerage, but, other agents that I've came across. So I know it's not easy to stick it out and keep going.
I didn't think you were going to make it.
Yeah, I know.
Speaking of beer, I'm going to change this. I'm going to change the question, Jamie.
Okay.
You had to give up one thing. Beer or beef?
Ooh, man. That's tough.
So for all our listeners out there, real quick, Jason Salem drinks beer every day, and every time I see him have any type of meal, it's just a plate full of beef. There's nothing else.
Whoa.
Different kinds of beef, doesn't matter
Porn.
what it is, just He just bought like half of a cow the other day. I don't know.
He's responsible for 100% of the uses of our propane tank on our barbecue grill at the back of
Yeah.
Southfield.
I'm 100% carnivore.
That's okay.
And I love just drinking beer too. Like it's just so delicious.
So which one?
You have to give one up for the rest of your life.
Shit. Fuck.
That's a tough fucking answer. That's
You know
a tough
what?
one to answer.
You know what? Fuck it. Throw the beef away.
Wow.
Whoa, he's going beer.
Okay. Yeah, you can go
Because
chicken.
I'm not-
you can
yeah.
make some good chicken.
No,
You can
there's
go
no-
pork.
yeah.
You can go chicken.
Yeah, there's so many other
Buffalo.
meat.
Tofu.
There's
Bison.
No, there's meat. There's not like
Venison.
tofu. I'm not eating fucking
Tofu's
tofu.
fucking
No.
disgusting.
Yeah.
I like tofu. It's pretty good.
I'm all set.
Tofu taco.
Tofu just like it sounds like toe jam, and it looks like toe jam,
Ew.
and
Never
it's
thought about
just
it that way.
unappealing.
I
That
don't really know what toe
yeah.
jam is. Like I've heard of it, but I don't really know what it means.
Do you ever like rub your finger between your toes and there's like that weird white, like
No,
jammy?
that was repulsive. I'm thinking about it right now, but no, I don't think that's ever happened to me. It's disgusting.
All right, so that escalated quickly.
So disgusting.
Hey, who invited this guy to the podcast? I think it was you, Jamie. We're gonna have to-
Can we go back to 1 year?
yeah.
1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, were your expectations for your first year in real estate? Did we fall short? Did you meet them, or did you exceed them?
My expectations for my first year were so extremely high.
Okay.
Like, yeah, they were. I thought I was going to come in and I didn't know you had to prospect so much. So that was new because I typically had just clients coming to me and I didn't realize that it was going to be like a lot of phone work and prospecting and digging for your own business. And it's more rewarding that way than it was the other way. So I really enjoy, the prospecting aspect of it because I feel it's rewarding. I'm earning my client's business rather than the business is just being, the
So
open
what
door.
what did you do previously? What type of sales were you in?
I sold Subarus at the Glassman Super dealership in Southfield.
Cool.
Hey,
It's
man,
crazy.
don't be
People
shouting out- Don't be
love
shouting out, man. Free advertising.
people love their Subarus. They really do. Like
Yeah.
like a
I do.
All-wheel
Subaru
drive?
owners
Yeah.
are like
Loyal.
hardcore loyal. What is it about a Subaru that makes people so loyal to that brand?
Just I think the dependability and the safety of the vehicles. I think those are just like the home runs right there.
Right.
The costability, they're pretty affordable.
You have a Subaru.
I do have a Subaru.
Oh.
I've had
You'll-
multiple.
You'll
Subarus.
always have a Subaru, eh?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, I would see LG driving a little beat up Subaru.
Who's LG?
That's little Gavin.
Who's little Gavin?
He's my 2.5-year-old son,
And
and I'm so happy and proud of him. He's just the best.
so, what's different? What's different in real estate from car sales? I mean, they're both sales gigs. You have to do the same thing. I mean, sales is sales, right? To an extent. So, what do you think the key differences are, and what are the key similarities?
Besides the outbound calls rather than people coming to you.
So, all right. So you just hit me with like 5 questions. Let's start with one question.
Thank
What's
you.
the
At a
difference
time.
between real estate sales and car sales?
Okay, so the difference between real estate sales and car sales. So I guess just in general with car sales, we only had a small amount of product. So we only had, like for instance, the Subaru showroom only had Subarus. In real estate, we have an abundance of just different properties and different areas to work in. So that was very appealing. I've numerous times where I have had friends and family reach out. They like me, obviously. They want to work with me, but they just weren't particularly sold on the brand of vehicle that I was selling. So obviously they went to bought elsewhere. So I like real estate. Gives you that diversity that we can sell different real estate all across the counties and be able to help our friends and family out. It really doesn't lock you in a box like the vehicle sales did.
Good answer. You guys have a follow up for him?
On the car sales, absolutely. What's different? What was the same?
What was the same?
Yeah, what's the same?
I guess people just want to work with you because of you, So, they could really walk into, the dealership and, there's 5 or 6 salesmen there. And just because you said hello and just greeted them nicely, let them walk around and kind of do their own thing. And they probably ran into a couple of their salesmen that were just like, too salesy or just got too pushy on them. And they came back to you like, all right, Jason, can you show us this car? Like, okay. And I think that goes the same in real estate where they get bombarded with, phone calls, or they meet so many different agents at open houses and things like that, where maybe they just like you for being you. They think that, they can work with you easily and you kind of click together. And so I think that's the same. I think the customer service level needs to be, just, it's not salesy. It's just, if you want to work with me, that's great, because at the end of the day, I want you to refer a friend or family to me.
Right.
Right. So you were pretty comfortable in car sales. You did pretty well, right?
Yeah.
You were on a salary or no? Some type
kind
of salary?
of. It's like a draw. So,
Okay,
So
but-
you get a small.
And you were selling a good amount. Like, you were doing pretty well.
Yeah.
So why in the hell would you say, all right, well, I know what I'm doing. I'm good at it. I'm good at sales. Let me go to a career where I have no stability. I'm starting from scratch, and there's a good chance that I might not make money for 6 months.
Yeah. That was definitely brought up, when I was researching real estate, and I think you kind of hit it on the head when I walked into a career, which is what I wanted to be in. I wanted to start a career. Necessarily sitting at the sales desk wasn't really a career. It was, you're kind of a dime a dozen. We can cut you loose, and there's 20 other salesmen, that will fill your place. So it didn't feel like a career. It didn't feel like I had any growth. And it just kind of felt like it was just stagnant. There were different opportunities in the dealership that I took advantage of being a sales. I went to the finance desk for 2 years, and
That's
it was
where
just-
a lot of guys that sell cars, that's where they want to get is the F&I manager position, right? Or F&I salesperson, because you're sitting at your desk and they bring the customer right into you, and all you do
Yeah.
is work the deal, right?
Yeah, to a certain extent, you still are at a selling.
You're upselling.
You're upselling
Yeah.
still, yeah, and you're in the process of buying loans and getting people approved, but the training wasn't there, and then the management wasn't behind me to get me trained properly. Where there was constantly like seminars that we just did were fantastic because you get to learn more to better your craft. I think at their point, they didn't want you to learn more because I think at the end of the day, they were afraid that you would overeducate yourself and maybe possibly go, to another dealership.
Ah,
Cool.
Gotcha.
keep you in
Yeah.
the dark.
So,
I think so. Yeah.
Jason, I remember sitting down with you for our first interview. How did you find Real Team, and what attracted you to us?
How I found Real Team. Real Team popped up on, was it Indeed? I think it was
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yep.
And then there was a video. There was a YouTube video of Toko, like doing like cheering with like a beer. There was like
Ironic.
That is actually ironic. Unless it's
no.
Hop Slam, which you
And
love.
isn't it ironic?
and I don't know if it was like a beer or anything, but like he just did like an introduction of like the team,
Okay.
and it was very exciting, and it looked fun, and it looked like that it would fit.
Did you interview with other brokerages?
I did, yeah.
Okay, so why'd you so the video drew you in, but why
Yeah.
were you like, all right, let me go to a Real Team where the splits are probably lower?
Yeah, I wasn't really too concerned with the splits. My biggest concern was education, just because, after taking the test and going through like all the, that was like a big test, and I fucking scared shitless because I'm a horrible test taker, and when I passed it, I still felt like I didn't know any of the answers to the questions, and I was just so happy that I passed it. So I was like, man, I don't know anything about real estate. How am I going to sell anything? And when I met with Chrissy, she drew out the comp plan, which I thought it was great. It was very educational. None of the other brokers bothered showing me anything besides a Century 21 lady, like hand wrote everything in cursive on like a stationery paper. And then
Dust.
And then so that was after I met with Real Team, and I was like, well, how much? Is there an office space? And she's like, yeah, let me go show you the office. She opened this
Here we
door. It was like it was smaller than this room, and there was 2 desks, and it was just basically just storage. She's like, well, here's your office. I'm like, oh, all right. And then she like hand wrote it's an extra like $10,000 on your. I'm like,
Did you
I don't
also
even-
tell her that you didn't know how to read cursive? So you were like, I don't know what you're doing.
I
right
know
now.
how to read cursive.
Grandmas are really good at
But
writing
yeah,
cursive,
she's
right?
just
Oh my
like
God,
an
they're
old.
so good.
Yeah, it looked like the Constitution written out. I was like, how the hell am I supposed to read this shit?
So okay, so you chose Real Team because
We don't write in cursive.
we
don't
don't
write
write
in
in cursive,
cursive,
and
yeah.
the training, and you felt like you didn't know anything, right?
The training was just it. When you guys told me that we would train you to sell real estate, like I felt comfortable knowing that, I would have the education, the support, the mentorship. So nobody else really offered that. Like I think Keller Williams, like showed me to this huge room where people get together and they have like a a
Right.
meeting or something. I said, oh okay, so nothing personal, so.
So that's why you chose us.
Yeah.
So a year later, you obviously went through the training program.
I'm still training. I'm
you're-
not.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna
I'm not
give.
through it yet.
Yeah, for sure, you definitely are. So, but you can you kind of know what's going on. You still call me 20 times a day. However, you have a good idea. Like you could do real estate anywhere else. So
Yeah, maybe.
why do you stay with Real Team?
Because of just because like we just went to that seminar, and that was really, that's one of the I look to be more educated. Like I'm always looking to learn more. I love it. So if I always like learning from our mistakes is huge. I like to make more mistakes. I learn from them. So hopefully I don't keep on doing the same things over and over again and just like losing at it. But I like learning more of what people have succeeded in and applying it to my business. So.
How does your wife feel about your career in real estate?
She would love it if I did more business. So she knows that I like it. I think I've gotten a lot more passionate about it, and I would like it to just kind of see where it goes. She likes the ability that I have to manage my own time. So
She likes flexibility.
she likes the flexibility, yeah. And that was, with the dealership, it wasn't like that at all. And ever since we had Gavin, it was very constraining. Like, you're not getting any time off. He's in the hospital, so what? You're sitting at your desk like, fuck,
Right.
I'm not. I'm leaving. It's so. I like that.
Did that have a lot to do with the reason why you left the dealership? Was because you had Gavin?
That was yeah. I mean, that's a lot of hours. 70 hours a week, just sitting there, in this room. And I'm always wondering what they're doing. By the time I was getting home, sometimes, even though like the dealership closed at 6 o'clock, they're already having dinner and he's already in bed like at 7:30. And by the time I got home, it was already like 7:30. I was never seeing him.
Right, and you're working Saturdays.
Always working weekends. So yeah.
So your quality of life has gone up.
Quality of life has gone up. Yeah, I think overall I'm a happier person just in general.
Okay, good.
Hey, bro.
So
put
it's worth
up.
it.
Go ahead.
No, I'm not going to take this.
Go
one,
ahead.
though.
No, I mean, no, I'm talking about putting it on vibrator
I
sound
am.
or
Yeah,
something.
sorry. I thought I did that. It's such a terrible. It's
I
such
did
a
the
terrible
same thing.
ringtone.
Fuck.
That's all right. Hey, if our audience out there is
Sorry.
really distracted by the ringtones, call in and let us know.
Please do. Yeah.
Please do. All 7 of you.
Slack attack. Put the number in Slack. Anybody who wants to
Yeah,
call
put
in.
the number in Slack.
Who wants to call in and talk to us?
Oh, we should do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It worked last time.
Yeah. So, Jason, you've been with us a year. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, good question. 5 years. I see myself. 5 years. I see myself stable, as where I know what my pipeline's doing, where my business is coming from, and I have a great idea of what I can pull out of it on a yearly basis, just from my prospecting and my grind, just in real estate sales. I would like to have in 5 years. I would like to have 2 rental properties going, nothing crazy, just kind of test the waters out and be financially stable enough to look at a new purchase for me and my wife to get a bigger home.
Boom.
Cool.
So one thing, and Jamie, I'm sure you've noticed this too, but one thing that I noticed about Jason every single day is when he's prospecting, he makes it fun for himself. Like he
Yeah, he's
doesn't.
an idiot.
He doesn't. Yeah, for sure. But he doesn't take anything. He doesn't take a no or an idiot, on the other line to heart. You know what I mean? Like he always has a good time with it. So like, can you kind of share why that is?
why I enjoy beating my head against the wall and enjoy
You love prospecting.
I do. Yes. I know. As terrible as it sounds, I really do enjoy it. I don't know really why I enjoy it. I like talking to people. I like having conversations. If the person on the other end doesn't want to have a conversation with me, oh well, maybe the next one does. Just fuck them. Just let them go.
Right.
Next.
Yeah. It's closer to your next yes. Right.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's fun. We're talking about real estate. This is what we do every day. And if I have an opportunity to talk to somebody about real estate, they're really interested and they want to talk to me, then
it's
let's
amazing
talk.
how many
So
people, total strangers, will talk about real estate. Just the topic itself is pretty easy to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, when I was in, like, speaking of that, so, like, when I was in Scottsdale, obviously I went by myself. So I literally just went to, like, random bars and restaurants by myself, and people there are much more friendly than they are here in Detroit, Michigan. But everyone's always talking about it. Like, that's probably how 50% of my conversation started. Like, people are just like, oh, I'm buying a house, I'm selling a house, I'm doing something. And, like, I don't know anything about Arizona real estate because those houses are fucking made of clay and there's no basement. I don't have no idea what's happening.
yard.
No yard. You have to pay for the land and the house separately. Like, it's so weird.
Really?
But, like, they were just, like, talking about houses. And so, like, I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go ahead and join in. And then they're like, yeah, that's not how that works here. However, people talk about it all the time. Like,
Yeah, they love it.
all the time. That's all the time.
I mean, that's the reason the Zillow.coms are around, right? People love knowing about what's going on. Like,
For sure.
It's like Zillow's like the WebMD of real estate.
Well, yeah, like think about Zillow. What percentage of the people logging onto Zillow every day are serious buyers or sellers? Probably less than 0.5%.
Yeah, it's really, really low.
There's people that just enjoy
Sorry,
real
Zillow
estate. They
team.
want to flip through houses.
But why give all your information? Like, that's it just kind of, well, you don't need to.
That's a good point.
Like, all the information is there on Zillow. The pictures are there. All
Right?
the shit about the house is there.
Because they
you know.
want to do something. And that's why we call them, right, Jay?
So you bring up,
I know, but it's just like, yeah.
so Jason, you bring up a really good point. Tommy, this question is directed for you. Tell me your thoughts on someone who goes to a website, a public website, and enters their name, their correct number, and their correct email address.
They're reaching out. They're raising their hand.
They want to be talked to.
They want to be talked to. 100%.
But you call them and they say, I'm not fucking interested.
Well, that's what do you say when you walk into the Gap and somebody says, "Oh, can I help you?" Your first response is typically, "Nope, just looking," right?
Right.
So that it's the same thing. People just do it on the phone, but when you're on the phone, people internalize that too much. So they raise their hand. They put their name, they put their number, they put their email address. We call, and they're upset. That's just the same reaction that you have when you walk into the Gap and you say, "I'm just looking." They say, "No, I'm not interested. I don't know. I was just put my name out there." So it's an objection.
So can I share an analogy for the audience?
Yes.
You've heard this before, Jason.
Yeah, maybe.
So I use this analogy. Somebody goes into the Gap or Macy's or whatever, right? And the second they walk in, they get attacked within 5 minutes. Hint, 5 minutes. P1's 5.5.
Yeah.
5.5. I don't know.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, go ahead.
Anyways.
The speed delete's good.
Right. So the first response is, "I'm just looking."
Yes.
Right. So compare that to real estate. Somebody logs in. They don't want to get hammered. They get hammered by however many phone calls from agents. And then think of that person. So that person's at Macy's. They're shopping. They find a couple things. They haven't been bothered for a while. And now they're by the dressing rooms and the doors are locked. And now they will take whoever they can get to get the door open so they can try the clothes on. It's the exact same thing in real estate. Like, that's why it's so important. We've got so many leads that can, there's a lot of meat left on the bone is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah. Yeah. No, what, per lead, you mean? Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Because the person at the door at the Gap says, okay, well, take your time, go ahead, and then they forget about you and they're waiting for the next one, which is what we do, right?
Yeah.
Like, people are like,
I just want the low-hanging fruit.
100%. Like, people are like, no, I'm not interested. Okay, click, and then you're on to the next. That person's still going to buy at the Gap. They're still going to buy a house. It's just too uncomfortable for us to dig deep.
Right.
Right.
We're scared because of what, we learned. People are scared of rejection.
I hate rejection.
Right? Everybody hates rejection. So, it's easier to just swallow the no and walk away than actually trying to dig deep with somebody and create a relationship, because then it hurts too much when they reject you.
So what do you have? What does an agent have to lose, Tom, or Jason, or Jamie, or anybody? What does an agent have to lose by asking the question when they say I'm just looking, or don't bother me? What do they have to lose if they say, well, why did you put your contact info into this form?
Well, that's confrontational,
You
right?
think so?
So
You're no longer in agreement.
You're not in agreement anymore. You're immediately confrontational, and somebody could be having a bad day, but you don't want to start off there. Instead, you could be, got it, I hear you. You're just looking. Well, that's exactly what the website's for.
So
Tell
when
me.
you do make a move,
Tell me about your situation, right? Like there's a better way to do it because, it's like anybody. You walk up to somebody having a conversation, someone puts their hands up like they want to fight you. Your immediate reaction is to put your hands up to fight.
Sure.
Like
For sure.
I don't think you want the first few words of your combo to be fighting words.
Right.
so me and Jay talk about that all the time because Jay is great on the phone and sometimes is really funny when people are rude. But he has a tendency to maybe be a little rude back because he thinks it's funny. So we talk about it all the time because he focuses on for sale by owners, right? So they'll say something and he'll make a sarcastic comment and I'll look at him and he'll be like, I don't know. I'm putting my arms up as if he's very confused because he has no idea. He's like, I didn't know what to say. And then he'll just make a joke and then they're pissed and they hang up. But it's tough, right? You call FSBOs more than anyone, so you are used to the rejection. They're assholes, right? They think they know what's going on, and it's so hard to stay in agreement with them.
Yeah.
And you're probably better at it than anyone else in our company because you do it so often. However, it's still really fucking hard sometimes when people are assholes and you're like, all right, well, fuck you. I'm just going to do something. And then you do your annoying bye-bye when they don't want to talk to you anymore.
Bye-bye.
It reminds me in the South, when someone says, "Oh, bless your heart," it really means go fuck yourself.
Right. Oh, bless her heart.
Oh, bless your heart.
You're really slutty. Bless your
See you
heart.
next Tuesday.
You fucking moron.
But it's important. It's important though that we don't get confrontational on the phone. It's like and I've been that way. Trust me, I've been doing phone sales.
Everybody does it
for decades now.
Everybody does it and learns the hard way. That's not the right way to go.
And that's me losing my professionalism. That's me losing the edge that I'm supposed to have as a professional. A lot of people can be phone jockeys or whatever, but I take pride in it, right? So when I'm on the edge like that, I've lost it. I've stepped out of rapport. I've stepped out of my professionalism, and you just can't let that happen.
Good answer.
Can't.
Yeah. I think sometimes the jokes are just for myself, but they tend to cross the line.
Yeah. At the same time, you got to be creative.
Yeah.
When you're on the phone, especially when you got a tough client on the other end. I think all they really want is they want somebody to talk to that entertains them or listens to them. Right?
I think so. Yeah. That's why I talk to people on the phone, to be entertained or for someone to listen to me.
My favorite. So I'll share this one real quick when I let you go, Jamie. But I think you know where I'm going with this one. He'll be talking and he'll street dial or something, right? And somebody will be like, I'm gonna stay in here till I die. And he's like, oh, what color casket you gonna get? Mahogany or silver? And
but that probably loosens people up.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he's
Yeah.
having fun with it. So at the end of the day, yes, it can be a very repetitive, mundane task, but if you can find a way to make it fun or make it a game, then it makes it a little bit better.
Agreed.
For sure. All right, Jay, are you ready? This question is 3-part.
Oh, threefold.
The reason for my question is threefold. What were your first impressions of Dave, Tom, and myself? Unfiltered.
First impressions?
Yeah.
Well, Dave asked me if I loved hip hop music.
That was his first question to you?
Well, no, but he asked me that.
Okay.
And you asked me what my impression was, and I said, "Fuck yeah, I like it." So,
I
thought
good impression.
I thought it was good.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Jamie, I don't think we really met until I was at the Southfield office during training because Janae was on vacation or something. So I just showed up at the Southfield office and just dialed and really didn't know what I was supposed to do there because Dave was on vacation too. And you popped in for one day. You popped off to somebody that I didn't know if it was on the phone or another agent that you were working with or something like that.
Ooh.
And then you walked away. I'm like, I like her.
Aww.
I like her.
I was like, she looks like she runs her shit. I like it. And then Tom, I immediately got like this presence of fatherly advice that I could eventually
Oh,
give.
that's
Like
great.
I feel like that's the way. Like if I genuinely would take anything that you say to me at heart and apply it to my life.
Okay, just stay there. Appreciate you.
You can't hang out with him anymore because he's gonna find out who you really are.
That's true. It's true.
It'll be rough. Yeah.
All of my close friends are dead.
Oh man,
I
didn't want to be dead.
All right, Dave.
yet?
What else you got?
You said three.
I've got some lightning round questions.
You do?
Yeah,
Are we ready? We're not ready for lightning round yet, are we?
That was
Okay.
one fold.
Okay.
No,
what are the
I-
other two fold?
No, I have a couple more, but I just feel like Dave. Do you have any more questions? All right.
No.
So we asked you what you would give up besides beer or beef, and you said
Beef.
Beef. What about beef or Wu-Tang Clan?
Ooh.
Because
Wu-Tang Clan,
I've
not the
never
fuck
met anyone who. I'm sorry, I meant to say beer or Wu-Tang Clan
Oh.
because I've never met anyone who loves anything like that as much as you do. So go ahead.
Man.
That's a tough one.
Wu-Tang's forever. Yeah.
You're sober. You're sober before you give up Wu-Tang Clan.
I think I was sober when I listened to Wu-Tang Clan, so absolutely.
You go back.
Okay. Okay.
I go back. Yeah.
Wow.
Why?
I couldn't-
Why though? Why? I need to know why.
You know, it's Wu-Tang was like one of my first introductions to hip hop, and it was such an outside the box style that I've ever came across, and still is to this day. And they've continuously decided to go that route. Besides going mainstream or give them a fuck if they didn't hit the radio or not, they just keep doing what they did, you know. And it always inspired me to, you know, just keep doing what you're doing. You know, if other people don't think that, you know, that they can fuck with your circle, then maybe they can get the fuck out of your circle, and you'll eventually just, you know, build your own circle of followers or clients or, you know, family that fuck with you. So
I like that.
yeah.
Love that.
That's good. Tommy, you can go with your lightning round.
And go. Do you have like a standardized schedule when you wake up in the morning? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, perfect. Do you eat breakfast?
No.
Wow. 2 no's in a row.
I like
Okay. Do you read or listen to books?
Yes.
Do you value education?
Yes.
What are you listening to or reading right now?
I just started the what was the name of it? The Don't Give Up. Hold on. I've only got like the first chapter in, but it's really good so far. Split the Difference.
Ooh,
Splitting
I love
splitting
that
the
one.
difference.
Never
Splitting the
split the
difference. Never split
difference.
the yeah.
Oh, that's a
Yes.
negotiating book.
It's a negotiation.
Yeah, it's a
great
We
book.
talked about that
Yeah,
one.
we
That's
did.
one. So you're in the first chapter.
I believe so. Like it's really maybe like 20 minutes into it. Like
So
I
good.
just started it literally.
It's a
yeah.
great one.
Yeah.
Is that the guy, the FBI agent, or is that
Yeah.
light switch?
Yeah, where he goes to like Harvard
Yeah.
and you know they try to out negotiate him and he's like, I don't think so.
So what
Good
do you
luck,
do,
buddy.
So what do you do to get better? Right? What do you do to get better at your career? Right? Because you treat it like it is something you're going to do forever.
Yeah, I would like to. Like this is where, you know, a career. So I don't want to be at a 9 to 5, and I like the ability to make my own business. And I've always been, you know, somewhat of an entrepreneur, and this kind of, you know, elevates the entrepreneurship to, you know, you're working with your own clients and you have your own database, and you know you're just finding them new business.
That reminds me of something else. So you have a niche inside of your own business in Real Team, and that's the AO.
Oh, the absentee owners.
The AOs.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
AO
Don't
list,
give
right?
away all your secrets now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Well, I
don't
mean,
tell too much.
Look, there's nothing new under the sun.
Right.
There really isn't. But that speaks a lot to who you are as a person. Like you got creative. That was not something we handed to you. So a lot of the agents, we just like, here's sync, here's your leads, here's what you do, here's how you call. But you stepped outside of that box and decided to do something completely different. What have your results been?
Great. 2 listings sold, and we have another. I have a lot of nurture, so I've given them to ISA as a follow up, but because I'm at abundance to them, maybe like I have another absentee owner listing with me Tuesday. They're signing documents, so
What's their reason for selling? A lot of them.
So what's an absentee owner first?
An absentee owner, just the general sense of absentee owner is somebody that owns the property that just doesn't live there. So they could be a rental
I
property.
bought a house for my daughter, or it could be a rental property, or
It's a list of non-homesteaded home ownership.
Correct. Yeah, according to the tax records, non-homesteaded. That's
right.
basically how I pulled the search. So yeah.
Hint.
It's already done.
Right.
I did everything. What was the question?
So I guess the question was like, what is the
box?
reason that most of those people are working with you, or why are they working with you? Like, what is the problem that they're trying to solve, specifically that group of people, the absentee owners?
So one of them was the husband owned the condo. It was a rental condo. He passed away, and now they have a tenant in there. They needed to liquidate for the estate, and I called them, and I was just really nice to him. The other ones have been we're selling. We don't want to be landlords anymore. So we've invested into this property, we've returned off of it, and now we'd like to liquidate. So
Got it.
We haven't dealt with an agent in X amount of time, but I think just providing just general value to them. So I send them out a CMA via email, because you can't really walk through the home because the tenant's there.
Right.
You don't want to scare the tenant off thinking that they're selling and then they don't pay rent, things like that. So you have to tread lightly, provide them with enough information, over information, where hopefully, if they just do decide to sell, that they refer to you because you sent them
Right.
valuable information, rather than a lot of absentee owners. All they do is they receive junk mail, like literally, like people are just mailing them like cards saying, "I'll buy your home for cash." That's it. They're not providing what the home could sell for, what the value is, who they are, and nobody is reaching out there and calling them. Absolutely not.
Really?
Wholesalers.
So it's like a untapped market for you, for a phone guy.
It is, yeah.
Nice.
I thought it was a little untapped here at our brokerage too.
For sure.
Because there
I
wasn't
think you're
a
the only
list.
person that calls them.
I probably am. You can give somebody a hammer, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that they know what the nail is or how to put it in.
Right.
So you guys gave me the tools. I kind of did, my research around it, and I just hammer away.
I guess I just wish more people were a little more creative like that. You know what I mean? A lot of people require a lot of direction. Like, here's the list, here's your script, this is what you say, this is the list you call, go. And it's refreshing when you find somebody that's got a little more of their own vision in mind and creativity and has the balls to do it and then does it.
I mean,
So, go ahead. Sorry.
to be like, not to take anything away, because it's amazing what you're doing, but I mean, that's why I think it's so important to continually seek education and seek information and seek knowledge, because I mean that that wasn't your idea.
No, it's not.
You found it online.
He was
Yeah.
curious. He was
Yeah,
curious about
yeah.
what else can I do, probably.
Exactly.
And he found it.
I did what Dave told me to do. He said, I just went to YouTube and watched a video, and literally that's all I did.
It's amazing, isn't it?
I had the idea sparked from a conversation that I saw online, and I said, well, okay, how do you get from A to B? And there was a portion of it that looked very expensive to acquire these people, as absentee owners. And I said, there's got to be a way that these people somehow somebody's making a list and selling it.
Right.
Okay, how do I make that
You
list?
found it. Did you find it or make it?
I
A little
made
bit
it.
of both.
A little bit of both.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta say, it's all in the mojo.
Ooh.
It's all in the mojo.
Tell us about that sleeve on your arm.
Oh, the sleeve? The sleeve I got done. Well, I figured out when we were pregnant. I think I was already getting tattooed. Yes. So I started, getting a tattoo, and it started out with, quarter sleeve, half sleeve, and eventually I just said, you know what, just fuck it, just do the whole thing. And
I like the colors.
colors.
So
are
tell
great.
us
That's
what
it
it is.
It is a concept of Yosemite National Park where I lived for a year.
Is that the Dawn Wall right there?
Yep.
El
So,
Capitan?
El Cap, and then half dome, and then I have
Oh,
a
yeah.
grizzly
Are you a
and
climber?
hawk. On my feet. not with my hands.
Got it.
Yeah, it's not.
Hiker.
I'm a hiker.
Not
I'm
a
a
climber.
hiker. Yeah.
I'm a hiker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Got
tried climbing once while I was there, and it's fucking dangerous. Like, when you slip and there's nothing below you,
It's kinda
and,
freaky.
Yeah, your heart drops, and there's nobody there. Like,
Who are
you
you
and
with?
some buddies.
You were the wifey or?
No, this was back when I was young. It was me and my best friend Tom Shirts. We went out there to work, and we were just you would take like day trips, like just like we got
let's
nothing.
go.
We had work off. We would just go walking around, and you would stumble upon trails, and
So wait, what was work back then?
oh shit, I was a housekeeper.
Oh,
A housekeeper.
I can see
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I can see that.
I need more.
Towels, please.
So Yosemite hired you in, so it's a concession service. So have you ever been to the park?
Yeah.
No.
You have.
Yes.
You have. Okay, so like so everybody that works at the hotels and at like the pizza places and everything like that, they all work for the concession services. They don't really work for Yosemite.
Got it.
So, and it's such a there's nowhere to live. You live in the park.
Right.
But they don't hire. They hire you in, and you just take any job that they have available, and then they train you for that job. And if you want to move out of that category, so if I wanted to leave housekeeping and moved into the restaurant eventually, you had to bid for it. And the only way that you would lose the bid is if somebody had higher seniority outbid you. So if somebody was there like a day before you, they got the job, not because they were qualified. It was just because.
So you were the newest guy,
Well, there's always new people there.
and you got
What
stuck
did-
with housekeeping.
Housekeeping. What did
Housekeeping was fun though.
Wait,
Like,
whoa,
Okay.
hold on. What was the pay like, and what were the perks?
Shit, pay. I don't
The
know.
on the record pay. The off the record pay.
Dude,
is
he
a different
lived in
story.
Yosemite. Like
Yeah.
he didn't care about what he got paid.
I know. So like you got
Yeah.
to stay there for free though, right?
No, they paid for your housing.
And your food.
It was like I think housing was like $9 a week or something like that. So
Okay.
and then your food, you could do. I think you get like a card. I thought it was like a card, or you just had like a tab. So you
Okay.
can go into the restaurant and say, "Here's my employee number," and you have like $30 of food a week.
And then minimum wage back then was what, $4?
I think it was like $7, and it was union. It was the first and only union I ever joined, and so you took union dues out, but you did get paid like on your birthday though. Like I always thought that was like,
Hey.
really great. Yeah. So I remember like I showed up on my birthday. It was out of my mind. I'm like, yeah, happy birthday to me. Let's go make some beds. And he handed me the check that day, and he's like, here, you get birthday pay. So it was like an extra check.
You have birthday pay?
I love that.
Yeah, it was
What does
like,
that mean? Like,
it was
how
like
much?
double time. So it was like double time, whatever your hours were. So it was like an extra like $50 or something like that.
You were
Sweet.
so excited.
Yeah, that totally.
What'd you buy with it?
Probably a bottle of vodka and orange juice because I drank a lot of screwdrivers then.
You did.
Yeah.
You also told me the other day a story about you went on like a white Russian kick, which I thought was
Ooh, my wife
repulsive.
loves them.
Right, but he drank them one after another, that's like drinking a gallon of milk. Like it's just dairy after dairy.
Well, maybe it's like 3 or 4 in a row. That got me to a good enough buzz. But it's too much Big Lebowski I watched.
Oh, yeah.
I tried to relive and
It's the dude.
Never seen it.
the dude.
Wow.
I'm not
There's
We just had this conversation earlier about what movies I haven't seen.
so much wrong with that.
Yeah, they were pretty strong, so they did the job. And eventually, my lactose intolerance kicked back to me, and
That's
they
not
just were
good.
not appealing anymore. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
Jamie, I love it. Every time you laugh, she has to turn your mic down.
She does.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Okay, I'm that loud too normally.
I love it.
Jason, East Coast rap, West Coast rap.
oh, that's such a good one. I guess I would have to. It just depends on what the day is because I love it so much. But at the end of the day, Snoop's one of my.
Snoop's your boy?
He's up there.
Snoop Dogg, man. Yeah,
Why?
since day
Why?
one. Because he's still doing it. So Snoop went outside the box. Like when Snoop came around, he was Snoop. Nobody had his style and his charisma.
Such a
and,
good style too.
What he did
Till
was
Dre
just.
scooped him up.
Just dirty, skinny, smoking weed on a couch.
25 years later, the motherfucker's still doing it.
He is
Right?
still doing it.
And a lot of people can't say that.
So you appreciate authenticity and originality.
I do. I appreciate the hard work that goes into it too, though. Like because Snoop just doesn't like sit on the couch and like just get high, and people are just like coming over and throwing him records. Like
That's not how it works.
That's his
no,
persona.
yeah, right.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
he's, he has a podcast that he does on YouTube every week. He has, multiple albums that drop, and he just does a lot of work. He does good community work. He has a little league.
I was gonna
football.
say he coaches football, right?
Yeah.
How old is Snoop?
40.
Probably
He's,
gotta be
he's always in his
45.
50s, I think. He says
Yeah,
like
he's-
late 40s, early
yeah.
50s.
Yeah.
Who's
So
50s?
Well, he
I
was
appreciate that.
23 in like 93, 94. That's when like Jimmy
Wow.
just came out.
yeah, I appreciate that hard
Maybe
work.
younger.
So, it's not that I aspire to be Snoop Dogg. Like,
You don't want to be Snoop Dogg?
not really. I mean,
Oh.
it's a glamorous lifestyle, but I like to show and hustle and work just as hard as he did, and we can see that he reaps the benefits of it because he's still here. He's got TV shows with Martha Stewart.
What's the number one or number two lessons you want to teach your son before you're off this earth?
Oh,
Ooh, it's deep.
the number one and number two lessons. All right, number one, he has to learn finances. I think that's something that none of us were ever really sat down and taught, even at a younger age. Even though if we were given like a checkbook, nobody really explained credit really well and what to do with credit and how to build it up to become a strong buyer in the long run or a strong credit holder. So that's number one. I would like to make sure that he knows and understands the
Financial
I-
literacy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the way of the world.
I don't believe that's your
Yep.
number one, Jason. That's not who you are. That's not your number one. You want him to learn that.
I
but
want him to. Yeah, no, that's
let's talk
definitely
about number one as a person,
as a person.
right?
I mean,
I
I
guess
thought it was
just-
a great answer. I
I just don't believe that's
didn't
what
make
Jason.
it past the answer, Judge.
Um,
but
No, I didn't.
I'd love to have Gavin to have, and I think he does because he laughs so much. One of the best sense of humors ever. Like not to have like tough skin and have a sense of humor to like be able to take shit and just like wash it off and say, you know what, fuck it, I'll keep trucking.
is there anything you're scared about for his future?
I'm always scared that he gets like in an accident.
Yeah,
Like-
me too.
That's like so scary. Like fuck. Like I've been in I've gotten hit by a car on a bike.
Oof.
And
Wow.
I could only
That makes sense.
Did you remain conscious throughout the ordeal?
well I blacked out.
Like a bicycle?
I was on a bicycle and I got hit by a Jeep. And
Wow.
Of course you did.
In Yosemite?
Not in Yosemite, no. And I woke up and I was on the ground and the EMS was like cutting my pant leg off, and that's
Wow.
where if you
Did you
ever
break
seen the back
anything?
no, just had a concussion.
Concussed.
Wow.
So you're teaching him to ride his bike on the sidewalk?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
even let him outside the yard. So yeah, a sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have a great sense of humor. I mean,
Thick
you
skin.
gotta be able to laugh at life and just chalk it up.
Well, you're always a happy guy. Every time I see you, you got a smile on your face, and it's
Even when
always a
he's-
pleasure to be around you.
Even when he's frustrated, it's like he's got a smile.
Yeah.
He's like it because of like he's in total disbelief of how stupid the situation could potentially be.
Right.
So, well, you guys have any other questions?
No.
Yeah. What's your goal for this year in written volume?
Ooh,
Not counting this month.
No, the year, not the month.
year.
What are you gonna finish at?
I know 38 units are what my goal was, just as a unit.
38
unit-wise.
units?
Yeah.
What's your average per unit?
Let's call it 175.
Yeah, probably about that.
Ooh, 38. That's aggressive. I like it.
it's a lot of units.
Oh, 6.7.
6.7.
What are you at right now? Do you know? For the year?
for the year? Maybe like $1.5 million.
Wow.
Okay.
You gotta. It better be a
I got a lot
second-
to-
better
yeah.
be a big summer, my friend.
Like I
can-
said,
can
I
tell you,
always
quarter one is only accounts for 13% of the entire year.
Yeah.
right.
So it's all going to happen between now and December.
Yeah, and I think remember like my goal was like aggressive, like to get to Key Club at like
Nice.
year one. So I don't know. If
That's
officially-
aggressive. That's
it's
10 million.
Very, very aggressive. But
You'll
you know,
get there
it's,
by
it's
year
a great,
two.
How
it's
much
a
did
great
you
year
do in
two
your
goal.
first year? I know we're at the end of it, but
$1 million, I think. I think I closed with like $1 million, like almost on the dot, pretty much.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it all happened like basically from like October to December.
Awesome.
He had a very, very. Because what year what month did you start?
I started in May.
Started.
then-
Yeah. Yeah.
then we
you
did
had a
training.
very slow 6 months, though.
Well, yeah, because you're brand new through the busy season, right? So if you're
Yeah.
brand new in the busy season, you get basically none of that,
Right.
right? Because you have no pipeline built. And
For
then you
sure.
go into the shitty season and
Yeah.
there's still nothing happening.
Yeah.
So
How
yeah.
annoying was that? You were
I
brand
g-
new in the busy season, and everyone was ringing the dong and getting pendings and like giving each other shout outs because they're making so much money, and you're like, well, okay.
Well, it was inspiring to know that everyone is like this is an active company. Like this office is active. People are fucking ringing the dong. They're getting appointments. They're making money. So you don't want to walk into an office where.
So it was encouraging, not discouraging.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, to me, that's just a mindset thing, right? Like, you
For sure.
could come in there and like get like freaked out by it, or you could be inspired by it and say, you know what, I'll get there too.
for sure. Yeah.
Jason, thank you
Thanks, man.
for coming.
Appreciate
Hey,
it.
thanks for
I,
having me.
Look forward to doing this again, and I hope you're with the company for a very long time.
Me too. I really love this company.
We love you, Jay.
Real Team is a great place to work, and it's sometimes it's not always about the money. It's about the people that
I agree.
you work with and
For sure.
building
sure.
your business and relationships from it. So
Cool. Thanks a lot, man. All right, you
Thanks,
guys.
Jay.
Next week, May 30th, Evan DeSantis, Oak Park.
Ooh. Oh, can we
Oh,
throw this
man.
out too? If we ever want to get a call in here, the number is 248-579-5295.
Let's repeat that one more time.
248-579-5295. We'll put it on Slack too.
Sounds good.
I'm
Thanks,
gonna call.
everyone. Have a great day. Thanks, Jay. We love you.
we love you too, or I love you too, or everybody's just law.
All right, see, here he's talking too much now.
Chica.
Thanks, guys.